A Wake County mother who recently lost her 20-year-old daughter to a blood clot wants to make sure the same does not happen to another mother. She says after a week of going back and forth to the emergency room, she was left with more questions than answers about why doctors could not help her daughter. Our Alexis Bell is joining us live this morning with more about this Wendell woman's story and the steps she's taking to try to make a change. Alexis, good morning.
Good morning, Justin. Yeah, her daughter Shania Wilson actually would be celebrating her birthday tomorrow. So over the weekend, her mom, Leoma Wilson, led a march in downtown Raleigh in honor of her. She's also calling attention to Black women and people with disabilities, saying they need to be taken more seriously when they express pain to a doctor. But her mission goes beyond that.
No justice, no peace. No justice.
Leoma Wilson, her son, and their friends and family are on a mission to get justice for her daughter, Shania Wilson.
I just wish she was here and I didn't have to have this march, but in the reality, I do.
Shania lives matter.
I wish you could have met her. She's always smiling and she just give you a hug. She don't even gotta know you. She just come and give you a really big hug. Oh, here you go. Yeah. A dedication.
In her high school yearbook from 2020 when she passed away at 20 years old.
She was in pain, and dying within that week. And they were telling me nothing was wrong with her.
Wilson says her daughter was on the autism spectrum with an intellectual disability. She could talk, but couldn't really express the specifics.
No one child have to be in that type of pain and have that, the disability that she had and was not able to really voice it in the way that she that she could. She was saying I'm in pain. I kept taking her, so it was like she was saying it in the way that she knew how, but it's like no one was listening to us.
In a matter of a week, going to the ER 4 times and the doctors once.
I was trying to tell them that this is not normal for her, but they was treating it as like, well, I got a special needs child. They were just undermining the whole situation or making it less than what it was, and it was an emergency. Like I was taking her to the emergency room. I called the ambulance. It was an emergency, and they were not treating it as if it was an emergency, and that is the thing that bothers me the most.
Shania died from a blood clot that traveled from her leg to her heart. If she had been diagnosed, she might have been put on medications that could have given her some protection, but she says they were ignored and dismissed. So Wilson has been writing, trying to get legislation that would prevent problems like this in the future with the NIA bill.
Writing and sending all to Congress and the nonverbal community or someone that has a complexity because of their disability to explain what's going on. We need some type of translation or some type of device or something that's going to be able to help, the doctors and the patient have a higher communication and understanding.
Wilson wants medical professionals to better treat patients with disabilities, trust parents to speak up for their kids, and for no one else to go through this. Wilson got a letter back from U.S. Senator Richard Burr saying he got her letter and would keep her in mind as they work on health care reform that may relate to people with disabilities. Wilson told me even though her daughter could not communicate effectively, she does not want her voice to be lost. Justin?
And obviously she's speaking on behalf of her and trying to advocate for change. Thanks for bringing that story to us this morning.